I would like to welcome you to Tech Topics, Data Breaches. My name is Tanisha, and I'm with Hillsborough County Public Library, and I am joined with Brendan, who's also with the Hillsborough County Public Library. Brendan, how are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing great, staying dry, staying safe.
Absolutely. So I am going to go ahead and get out the way so that you can talk about data breaches. Brendan, go ahead and take it away.
Sure, so today we're going to talk about data breaches, what they are and kind of how they affect you, and what you kind of need to know about them. So we're going to get started here. So first off, data breaches affect a lot of people, over 1 billion data breaches in 2020. So a data breach is basically anytime anyone gets into some kind of provider's credentials and they can get information about you. So the largest ever was a Yahoo. So if you've ever had a Yahoo Mail or Yahoo Sports or Yahoo Fantasy Football or Yahoo Finances, this could have affected you. And that affected over 3 billion accounts alone. So the main way that these data breaches are kind of used and are profitable is your information is stolen. So that can be anything from your email address to your license plate, as we'll see, to your actual address, to your phone number, to even your passwords. And then that information is stolen and then it's sold on the dark web, which is basically like the black market of the internet. And that's to be used to gain access to your accounts or for advertising purposes. So if you've ever gotten spam emails, that is probably because your email was stolen in some data breach, and then it was just sold to an advertising group that then sends you all those, spam emails about how you can save on your car warranty. So data breaches can affect you a lot, even if it's not necessarily just a password being stolen. Even just somebody getting your email address can cause you everyday annoyances. So before we talk about something, I'm gonna have to get a little bit technical with you. So that's how companies store your data. So companies store your data in 3 big ways. The first is plain text, which just means if somebody finds that file, if somebody finds that, that document, they can read it. This is the worst way to store it, and it's very, very insecure. The next way is encrypted. So when you log into a website, like you log into your library account, or you log into your Facebook, or you log into anything really, your username and passwords are encrypted or scrambled. That means no one can see them who might be reading your traffic or might be, connected to your internet. And then hashed is basically when your stuff is taken and then it is kind of mixed into, a bunch of different characters based on some kind of mathematical equation. So this is the most safe way to save it because you need to have that key, that equation, to kind of know how your information is. So if you ever see that somebody holds your information in plain text, that's not a good thing. And if you see that they keep your information hashed, that's a good thing because it means that your information is being kept secure and safe. So something to kind of think about is how to keep track of your data. So the best way that I keep track of my data is a website, and it's kind of funny, and it's called Have I Been Pwned, or HIBP. It's a website that tracks all data breaches. So it was started in 2013 out of Australia. And by using your email, it can tell you if your data has leaked and what has been leaked. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like using actually my own email and what all the times I've been pwned. So how it works is you enter your email address at the top. So this is my email address with the email part whited out. And as you can see, it's been pwned in 9 data breaches. So that means that 9 times I've given somebody my account information, so my email and a password, and those have been hacked into in some way. So you'll get a list of all your data breaches and what was exposed. So one of my 9 is actually one that might affect a lot of you if you live in Tampa. And that's Park Mobile. Park Mobile is an app, and it's an app that the city of Tampa basically uses for you to pay digitally when you park at a parking garage or a parking lot. And so in March 2021, you get a little write-up here. In March 2021, the mobile parking app service Park Mobile suffered a data breach which exposed 21 million customers' personal data. And it's going to tell you what was exposed. So in this case, it's emails, names, phone numbers, license plates, and passwords stored as bcrypt hashes. So that was stored as a hash. So like we were saying earlier, they didn't get my actual password, but they did get a hash of it. And then you can see the following month, the data appeared on a public hacking forum where it was extensively redistributed. So that's how you can get those spam emails. That's how you can get people trying to sell you things like that. That's how you can get those spam calls if you keep getting those. These are all ways that people can kind of get information on you, and that's how they use it. So even if they're not hacking into your accounts, that information can still be used against you to make your life infinitely more annoying at the very least. So what do you do now that you've gone to this Have I Been Pwned? You've put in your email, you've seen all these things like, oh no, I've been hacked. I've had these things happen to me. So what can you do? There's a couple of really easy actions that you can take from this to kind of get through them. So you can sign up for notifications on Have I Been Pwned. They'll email you whenever your email comes up in a breach. So they're constantly monitoring data breaches. And so if you sign up, you'll go to notify me. And that will allow you to basically get all that information kind of sent to you. So anytime your account appears up on a new thing, you'll get the notification immediately. You can set up two-factor authentication when possible. So this is called 2FA. You might see it. It's a setting in a lot of things. I really recommend it for anything that you personally care about. And two-factor authentication just means you need something besides your email address to log in. So if you've ever tried to log into your Google Mail, they'll do it a lot for you. And you have to click a number on your phone. That is two-factor authentication. It requires that you both have the password and it requires that you have your phone. And so there are apps for two-factor authentication. And then the biggest thing you can do is you can use a password manager that will allow you to have unique passwords for all your accounts. I know I personally was very bad at this when I was younger. I used to use the same email and the same password for everything. But that means if somebody gets your information from one data breach, then they have it for all your accounts. So using unique passwords is the best thing you can do. That's a lot to manage though. I don't remember hundreds of unique passwords, so use a password manager. And we actually, if you go to our YouTube video, which this is being recorded for now, if you go to HCPLC video, you'll see password managers. And you can see the YouTube channel is called Tampa Hills Lib. So if you go search for that, you'll find a password manager video and they'll help you with getting set up on a password manager so that you don't have to worry that just because one account gets breached, everything else gets breached too. And that's pretty much it. So that's what you should be doing to check to make sure, have you been pwned? I'd recommend checking that and then making sure that you are setting up your security by signing up for notifications and using those password managers and those two-factor authentication. All of those will make you much more digitally secure.
All right, thank you so much, Brendan, for all of that awesome information. And I'm going to go ahead and invite you back on camera for our question section because we do have some people in the audience that do have some questions. So the first one is HIBP free?
Yes, it's 100% free. You'll never be asked to pay for anything. There's no advertisements on it. It is run through the good of their heart. So you don't have to worry about anything like that.
Awesome, thank you. And also, Brendan, thank you so much for your shout out to our password managers tech topic. That is a really, really good resource if you're looking to, if you are looking to keep your password secure. Brendan, I know you mentioned that you use them. I use them as well because it really does make a difference with not, using the same password all the time. Just like you said, I used to be super guilty of that. I also have somebody asking, is there any way to 100% ensure that your data will be safe?
So there's really no way to be 100% in the same way that you can't 100% make sure your house is safe unless you decide to not have a house. But as long as you're on the internet and you have information, you can get 90%, 99% by doing those things, checking where your breaches are, using the two-factor authentication and using those password managers. That's going to get you to that 99% safe because like most crimes, identity theft, data breaches, they are crimes of opportunity. And so if you take the steps to make sure that you're safer, you're going to make it harder for anybody to take advantage of you.
All right. We also have somebody asking, how concerned should I be about data breaches? Is this something that I should be super worried about, or is it something that I just need to keep in the back of my head?
You should definitely be concerned about them if you're on the internet and you're using things. We saw earlier this year, Facebook had a really large data breach and they weren't too forthcoming about that. So having those notifications can really make sure. Now, you shouldn't live every day in fear, but if you exist on the internet, given enough time, it probably will happen. And so it's good to be prepared, just like anything else. It's like any emergency, any issue in life. It's always better to prepare before than have to worry later.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right about that. I was just thinking every once in a while, like from old defunct social media accounts, I'll get little emails saying, hey, we see that you tried to log into this account. And I'm thinking, I didn't try to log into that account.
I get that from
those
Instagram weekly.
notifications- Yeah, those notifications are like keys. So I'm glad that I did, I am able to say, nope, that wasn't me, to keep the data that is out there safe. Okay, we're going to allow for a few more minutes to sneak in any last minute questions while we are waiting for that. I'm just going to go ahead and wrap us up here. As always, if you have any contact information for, if you need to contact us for any reason, contact information is there: phone, email, text, chat, however you like to contact us. Programs and events, we are right smack dab in the middle of summer reading. We still have an entire month left of really awesome programs for you. Still time to view programs, to log your hours and books and bean stacks. Still a lot of time to do participate in summer reading. Next topic is phone storage tips. The link is in the chat. So desktop or a laptop, chat section of the control panel. If you're on a tablet, just tap on that little people icon. You can go ahead and register for next week. And as Brendan mentioned before, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about how to keep your data safe, we do have the password managers video up on YouTube. We also have a whole bunch of other tech topics there, and some of them do kind of touch on data safety as well. So definitely take a look at that if you want to learn a little bit more about how to keep your data safe. I'm going to go ahead and take one more look at our questions section. Looks like we are good to go. All right, Brendan, thanks again for teaching us a little bit about how to keep our data safe.
Have a good day.
All right, everybody, we'll see you next time. Bye now.